So there's absolutely no ventilation in this gymnasium except for that fan right there. So there's no fresh air coming in here or exiting here, no cooling. Some of the disrepair of the windows and walls, some of this was caused by these old units that aren't in service anymore, leaking. There's one right above us. So this wall here has bleachers behind it that are condemned. We had to wall these off. It was too great an expense to take the bleachers out. So the cheapest route was to block them off. Now we'll take a look at some of the air handlers. These are running on low and you can probably already hear them. These cool from units on top of the roof. They heat with the steam, so these get steam leaks in them also. But just the noise factor in here, if you were trying to teach, have kids in here, it's not ideal. So the age of the building, this half is 1963, the back half is 1930. This has all the original single pane windows in it still. Just about every surface underneath that has asbestos in it, which the abatement of this building would cost so much that it's not financially feasible to abate this whole area and try to reconstruct it. The ceilings in this half are pre-stressed concrete, which means there's no lowering these ceilings. You can't do anything with them. The ductwork won't fit. It would all have to be specialized ductwork. When the money spent is not going into changing the way we're learning in this building. It's just getting it up to date, and all the asbestos and a new boiler, new ductwork, new water, the water lines got lead in the water. That's why we went to the bottle fillers so that the students and staff have clean water. The piping is, no one knows the age of some of it, but these have lead filters in them. So there's a lead cartridge underneath this shroud right here, and these get tested every year, so we know that these are safe drinking stations. We've also got a handicap accessibility issue with our playground here. There is no access for somebody in a wheelchair. The concrete blacktop is in rough shape. Lockers are all rusted out on the bottoms, just from the years of salt and boots. There's no sprinklers in this building. If we did this much work to this building, we would need to sprinkle this building to bring that up to code also, which would mean you'd have to have different accesses. There's no access off of the third floor, so students second grade and above are the only ones that could utilize that third floor. The brickwork needs tuck pointing, the chimney needs a lot of work. There's a lot of cracking going on the chimney. The air handlers themselves, we would need to look at something different for the fourth floor. If you were going to put air handlers on the roof, you'd have to look at structural, putting them on the ground level, then you'd have to build barricades and fencing around them. Hard to maintain when there's a big 4-foot snowdrift in them.
For complete details regarding the upcoming referendum, please visit the district website.